Hello guys, and welcome to this video. In this video I'd like to demonstrate how you can create a pivot table and a pivot chart. So I'm going to use this dataset here called financial data, and for me to create a pivot table I just go on insert on the menu, and under tables here I have the option that says pivot table. So I click on that, and the create pivot table dialog pops up, and it prompts me to select a table or range of cells to include in my pivot table. Now by default it selects the whole table of data. So if I want to include the whole table of data in my pivot table reports, then I'm going to just leave this as is. I'll accept that default, and I'll choose where I want my pivot table to appear. If I want it to be put on a new worksheet, I'll keep this selected. If I want this to be put on on the existing worksheet here and in a different cell range, then I have to select, or I have to specify rather, the cells where my pivot table is going to be located. But I want a new worksheet always. I want it to be on a clean worksheet, so I'll choose new worksheet. Then when I'm satisfied that my parameters are correct here, I just click on OK, and it creates the new worksheet where my pivot table is going to be, and it says pivot table 1. Then for me to start building my reports from this pivot table, I'll look on the far right here where I have the pivot table features here that I have. These are the fields that are in my dataset. If I go back to my original dataset here, I have these fields or columns, segment, column, products, discount bed. So in my pivot table here, those fields are showing here under my pivot table fields. So I just have to select these fields and place them either in columns or rows or values or as filters so that I can populate my pivot table. For example, if I want to answer a business question that says how much profit was realized from each product, I would select the product, put that into rows, and there you can see I've got my products in rows correctly placed. And then I would go to the profit column. I've got the profit column there, drag the profit column to the values, and this pivot table would now indicate that for each product I had these figures as the profits according to my data there. So this is how you create a pivot table, and a pivot table is a very good summary of your data, and it answers it can be used to answer many business questions that may arise from your data set. And if I want to go ahead and insert a pivot chart just to visualize this report that I have there, I'll go on the menu there and click on insert, and under charts I'll go to pivot chart, click on pivot chart there and select pivot chart. Then I select the chart that I want for this one. If I select a pie chart there, you'll see that I have my pie chart there, and I can just say okay to insert that pie chart. I can just resize this pie chart, just resize it nicely there. Then I can double click on the chart title there and say profit by product report. So that's my product there. So if I click on the chart, I want to add a few chart elements there. I'll go here to add a few chart elements, and I'll click on data labels so that the labels are showing for each slice on my pie chart, and I've got my legend there. Let me just expand it so that all the products will show. All right. So I have 6 products, and here I have 4. Where is my? I need to expand so that I can see all the products there. 5. It's another product there. There you go. All my products are showing in my pie chart. So this is the pivot chart that I have created here for the data set that I have. So that's basically how you can create a pivot chart or a summary from your large data set using a pivot table. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next video.